Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Couch Crocheter. This is episode 71. Finished objects. It's what I did on the Christmas to New Year's break. Actually, up until tonight when I finished the star blanket. So it's a little after New Year's. But yeah. Hi, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Couch Crocheter. We're at episode 71. I've been a little bit of a busy bee in between the Christmas and New Year's break. Now, today on this recording, it is the 10th, and I just did finish the star blanket today. So I guess it's a little bit over what I did for Christmas and New Year's, but I started it in between Christmas and New Year's, so that counts. So the first thing I want to go over are two dishcloths that I made, but first I want to go over where I got the pattern from. I got this a long time ago, and I don't even remember where. This was one of like the very first books that I picked up when I first started crocheting. It's called 2-Hour Dishcloths, and it's from Annie's Crochet, and who wrote the patterns, I believe, is Darla Sims. So I thought, during the holiday, I kind of wanted smaller projects where I didn't have to think, and I did not want to start the mandala blanket yet, and I wanted to finish out 2021. So I figured I would work on some of these. Well, I didn't get very far. I got to the very first pattern, and I fell in love with it, and it's called Wee Bobbles. I am loving it. So it's like, an alter, you alter between a triple crochet and a single crochet, and it makes these like little tiny like nubbies, almost like a bobble stitch, but I mean they called it right, Wee Bobble. So I did one brown, two orange ones with brown border. I'll insert a picture of them here on the back of the couch so you can look at them. Now, the orange that I used was the same orange from the pumpkins, which was Premier Cotton, Just Color Orange. The brown that I used was Just Cotton, also by Premier. I'm sorry, the first one was Premier Home Cotton. I don't know if I said that right. In the colorway orange. The brown was Premier's Just Cotton in the color of chocolate. So I'm going to hold one up just so you can see it a little closer. See if you can see the little nubbies that it has on it from Scrubby Power. Scrubby Power, go! So I ended up making two of those because I just had the yarn with me from the other projects that I was doing. And I figured, why not? So then I picked up two more colors off the shelf. One of the color is Sugar and Cream Swimming Pool. And then the border of it, well, the border of one, I alternated these ones, and you'll see in a moment, is going to be Sugar and Cream Marl Blue. So here is the nubbies with the same border in the Marl Blue middle and swimming pool background. Again, just so you can see the little nubbies. And then this one I alternated, and I changed up the border just because I wanted something different, but it's the same little nubbies. So this one has swimming pool middle and marl blue outside. So guys, I'll insert a picture here on the back of the couch of what they look like together. And I think these are going to be dishcloths just for my house. I don't think I'm going to be selling these guys. So then I, loved the pattern a lot. And I thought, what else can I do with it that's mindful? So I was at home. I wasn't here at headquarters, and I didn't plan on coming back to headquarters. So I went into the tote that I have at home. And I did not blind grab this time. I actually was looking for something specific that I knew was in there. And it was the Mandala Wool Blend. And it's from Lion Brand. The color, darn it if I didn't write that down. And I bet you the label's still at home. It is. I want to say it's serpent, but I don't think that it is. And the band is at home. Anywho, I'm sorry. I do not have the color. So there's 590 yards in this ball. Well, in the cake. I used one of them. I used an H hook. Oh, and by the way, for the the washcloths, I also used an H hook. So for this one, I used an H hook, and I got it out of the same, you know, pattern I was using, the 2-hour dishcloth book, Annie's Crochet by Darla Sims. And I don't know if I held it up and showed it to you guys, but here it is. And here's the back with a whole bunch of other patterns. The one that I chose, the first one, was this one, and that's as far as I got. Okay, so back to the project at hand. Yeah, so it was 590 yards. I went until I ran out, and I did not have that much left over. I even think it was like a ball like this big. It was not a lot. And I'll insert a picture here of what it looks like on the back of the couch. And then, whoops, let me give you some time to look at that picture. And guys, like I said, like this is a pattern where you don't have to think. It's just a, you know, 2-row repeat. The 2 rows are really quick and easy, and you just keep flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping. Really, really nice, really, really easy, really, really enjoyed it. So here it is live. And I do love that it's textured with these little weed bobbles. It's got this very, very pretty pale yellow. I don't know. I love it. I fell in love with it. So then that one was done. So then I finished up that one, what, like 3 days ago or something like that. And again, I wasn't up here. Where were we going? Oh, I was going over to a friend's house, Gwen, and she also crochets, and she needed some help starting a blanket because she's doing a granny square blanket. Now she's new, so she's still learning, but her ends kept growing because she kept doing 3 on the end. So every time she would do another row, she would add like one whole set of a granny. So it kept growing this way, and she couldn't figure it out. So we ripped it all out to where it was good until it got a little, you know, messed up. And then, you know, I showed her again, and I sat down with her, and, you know, row after row after row after row of, you know, showing her what to do. She finally did get it. But then this was like the project that I brought with me to hang out over there while she was, you know, doing her stuff. So I started it that night, and I forget what night it was. I think it was 3 nights ago. I think it was 3 nights ago. It might have been 4 nights. Actually, as of last night, I think yesterday was day 4. So then technically, because it's like 1:15 in the morning, I think today would be day 5. But that's irrelevant. My goodness. Okay, so I reached in again to the tub that I had at home because I was nowhere near headquarters. And I pulled out 2 Premier candy shops. They are a lightweight, no, I'm sorry. They are number 4. They have 140 grams, 260 ounces, 260 yards, or 238 meters. The color that was in there, and it was the only 2 that I could see. I think there's more on the other side towards the bottom, but these are the only 2 that I can see, so it's the one I chose. It's Jelly Bean. Again, I did use 2 of them. It is 100% acrylic. I used an eye size needle. Sorry, I don't use needles. I use hooks. I really got to get in the mind frame of just saying hook. Because one of the videos, I had said that I haven't picked up a needle in like 5 days, and I was like, you know, really sad about it. I think people might have construed it and thought, you know, some other type of needle instead of crochet hook, which is what I meant to say. So I really need to stop saying needle and just say hook. Because that's what I use. You'd think I'd get it by now, but nope. Anywho, I used a size I hook. The washing instructions are machine wash, cold, tumble dry. I chose no pattern for this. I wung it. I winged it. I just went off, you know, the sweater that I made, the only, it's not even a sweater, I guess, you know, jacket, I guess I made sweater. Well, it's a sweater, but it's like, you know, an open front sweater that I made was from Krista at the Secret Yarnery. Now, when she did that and she taught me to it, or taught it to me, my gosh, she did 6 corners in the center. So it would fold up and be the shape of an L. So I was like, well, if I can do that, then why can't I just do 5 and it be in the shape of the star? And then I also got the inspiration from Creative Grandma's, the dishcloth that I did from 2021. That was a star pattern. And, you know, I kind of like put them both together and came up with my own thing. So here it is laid out on the floor because it did not fit on the back of the couch. So here it is laid out on the floor. I love the way it turned out. It is very soft. I do love Premier's Candy Shop collection. It is very, very soft acrylic yarn. And now and again, it is listed as number 4, but I think it's a thicker number 4, which is why I think I also love working with it. So here it is in person. Now, I didn't color control anything. I didn't, you know, do anything special. Where one ended, one started. And I just kept on going until both skeins were done. So guys, that is the only things that I have to show you for today. I'm going to end with my daily reading from Melody B-Dye. And I do believe that we are now on like the 25th or something like that. Yes. Oh, yeah. Melody B-Dye, Journey to the Heart, Daily Meditation on the Path of Freeing Your Soul. And I'm going to take a sip. All right, so where were we? January 25th. Ooh, I think I'm going to like this one because I think it talks about my headquarters. Cherish your favorite spaces. Our world bounds with quiet, free sources of revitalization. I love going into a fabric store. It's a really shame they didn't use a yarn store for this example. Let's start that paragraph over. I love going into fabric stores, one woman told me recently. I love touching, handling, fondling all the colorful bolts of material. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel happy. My favorite activity is spending an afternoon at the library, one man told me. If I can only do one thing in life, go one place, that's what I choose. I lose myself in the pages of the books. They take me to faraway places, places I've never been. And when I leave the library, I feel like I've been touched and changed. What are the places you like to visit in your town or city? Do you enjoy browsing through a bookstore? Is there a favorite shopping center in your neighborhood where the shopkeepers smile a little more and the window display pleases your heart? Do you have a favorite restaurant where drinking a cup of tea changes your mood? Cherish old favorite spaces and open yourself to discovering new places. Healing doesn't have to be an extravagant, expensive, or traditional. Sometimes it just means going to the places that make us feel good. Guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Be safe and stay groovy. Bye.